Hello, it is the Vertices Unite World KAL, and it's our first YouTube live. I am so excited to have you here. And yes, it's the second time that I'm actually hosting this knit along, where we are knitting the Vertices Unite shawl, the Vertices Unite baby blanket, and the textured Unite. And I see I have with me Jalene. Hello, how are you?
I'm good, and you haven't been
I'm
on here in a while.
good seeing you. I'm glad you're joining me. I'm hoping that there would be more people. I actually forgot to share the invite yesterday already. So, and I was like, about an hour ago, I'm like, oh, I never did that.
Life has been so chaotic. It happens. It
It
has.
happens. It happens. Yeah. I meant to share it
I'm
actually earlier in the week, and I know I set up the live link. I
Yes,
think Tuesday already, but I never sent the Zoom invite.
honestly, it happens. It happens to me so frequently where I'm like, oh, I need to do this. And then I do half of it, and then it just disappears into the abyss
Oh my word,
as
you
if it
know.
was never a
Life,
thing.
life is busy. It's we were actually talking about it. We had a get together this morning here in Bloemfontein. It was so much fun. And we were
Yeah.
talking about what time is just flying. It's just unbelievable. It's
I
unbelievable.
mean, the last time I saw you was in March, but March doesn't feel that long ago. When
No,
I
it
was in
was,
Johannesburg and I said hi via AJ's,
yes, I remember. Yeah, it's
like a
crazy.
few days after my birthday. And I was like, it feels like just the other day that I was in Johannesburg and now I'm here again.
No, it's
Very
time is
weird.
just time is just flying. Time is flying.
Yeah.
Hello to everyone that is joining us on YouTube Live. I see Michelle is saying hello from Stitching Story. She says hello, Michelle. Hello, Maggie. She says I've got my wool ready for the knit along. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you can still start. There's no you in this sphere, in this community, we don't have strict rules. You need to start on day one and you need to end by the 31st. Does
No.
April even have 31st days? I don't know. Is it 30 days?
Hold on. Now I'm wondering.
Yeah, it is. It is 30 days. So there's no rules like that. You can still pop in and you can finish whenever you want to finish. Um,
Yeah.
I was talking to Christine. Christine is also a part of the Make Along, and she joined us this morning. And she was like showing me she's now still. I think you and her were like on the same like space in the
Yes, yes,
pattern.
yes.
Yes,
Yes.
section
Same
three. And I was
section.
like, this section one is just not ending. I
Oh,
remember.
you're missing the big one, aren't you?
Yes. No. This year, I should have brought my first shawl.
Mm.
If my husband is listening, he's in his office. If you're listening, dear husband, my first shawl is on the piano. Could you be so kind to bring it?
We will see if the telepathy and slight hearing helps.
Show you my first shawl, which was this big one, right? But I'm doing this
Mhm.
small, and I remember so clearly now me knitting this again that once you're done with section one, it feels like it's going very quick. Like section one
Yes,
is the big section.
yes. And
Yeah,
then you start section two and you're like, oh, this isn't too bad. The stitches get 5 stitches less each turn. It's wonderful. And then you get to section three and you're like, this joining as you go business? Not such a big thing.
thank you. Thank you, Leafy. My husband don't want to listen to me. I'm going to show you just now. And section three, sorry, I missed that.
At section three, you cast on and you're like, oh, this is fiddly. And then you're like, for the first, I'd say 5 rows are so fiddly. And I recall it vividly from doing the geo gradient. There was a lot of joining as you go. And as soon as it starts getting to the now that it's considerable amount of stitches. I'm like, okay, this is fine. But those first couple of rows last night, I had to pull it out twice and restart. And I was just like,
Yeah,
I'm going to get you done.
But it's not so bad. It's just to get through the hang of it. And that's why I think he's got a video on his pattern for that section, right?
Yes, he does. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, once you pass section 1, it goes so much quicker. So let me show you. Wait, let's quickly just welcome more people in the chat. Hello, Lishan. She says hello, joining here in the comments today. Busy on section 2 of my large vertices. Susanna. Hello, Susanna. Oh, she's in Australia, so it's already so late for her. Rosemary says, Rosemary, hello. She says, hi, looking forward to your chat. Oh, Susanna says, I just got back from Starbucks with an iced coffee and brownie slice. Oh, my word. Susanna, that sounds amazing. I'm a little bit jealous. And then Michelle says, I just come back from an awesome knitting group get together. Oh, Michelle, wonderful. So we were on the same page this morning. Michelle says, yes, section take ages. I will need to do something different with section 2. Is this allowed? Obviously. You do you. Go for it, Michelle. Just go for it. Go for it. Let me quickly show you. I got my my NCAL of short last year on.
Yeah, the Go Dynamo, which I never finished.
Oh, I love that shawl. But anyway, so here is my big vertices that I did with the make along last year.
You know, if you have to stand up, it's a big one. Oh my God.
It's true, right?
That section 1 looks like it could have taken eternity, frankly.
The whole of section 1. This is section 1. I mean, this is like half the shawl. Can we just acknowledge that?
Literally, that is your length right there.
This is really a big difference. So once you're done with section 1, it's I believe it's half the shawl. It's probably not, but it really feels like that.
I think especially with the big one, I think it feels like you have gone through a whole journey to get to the end of it.
So this one, I love the shawl. I actually wore it somewhere in this week as well. This was done using the last Miss Lamotte Advent set. She's not doing Advent sets anymore. So that was last year. And these days, one of my favorites is single ply fingering merino linen base. So I did it with that. And then an undyed 75-25 that I used. So, I love, you can see in the shawl, and I think in my pattern notes on Ravelry, I took notes of all the yarn usage. Like I weighed the yarn, everything, and I ran out of some of the yarns, but then I just continued with another.
It kind of just.
You can do that. Yes, the vertices really lends itself to be able to do that.
And that makes me think of this, which is a variegated skein.
Yes,
that also kind of makes a whole illusion happen. So that's what yours looked like, even though it was separate skeins and this was from one skein. It kind of just also looks like this illusion of color changes.
Yes. So I did the same exact thing with my shawl now, but let's talk about your shawl first. Show us your shawl.
Okay, well, currently it still looks a bit scraggly, and this side is pulled in because it's on barber cord, but this side makes me think of watermelons because it's a green, variegated, and then a semi-solid pink. Then I've just started the section 3, which is from it's a broken violet that I dyed for this year's Valentine's Day boxes that I did.
Oh, wow.
Then this side is slightly repurposed yarn. My purple, the purple in here is what would have been my Go Dynamo that never was. And then the variegated green, gray and pink is Law, dyed by me. And I've been mixing some bases. So Law is the 2-ply merino linen. And then mixed with 4-ply merino. And then
Wow.
the green and gray is also merino linen, and then also mixed with just 4-ply. So there's a little bit of texture, a little bit of squishiness going on. I've been really enjoying it.
It's beautiful. I love those colors together.
I feel
I
like
think
it's going to be a very fun one.
I think one of the things is this pattern actually is perfect to have like a multicolor thing, and you can actually wear it with anything.
Yes, no,
And
definitely.
if you're one of those people that really, I don't know, I would really suggest that you play with colors in the shawl, um, and go out of your comfort zone, because the shawl can be worn
Definitely.
with whatever. And I mean, yours is looking beautiful, Janine.
I'm really enjoying the color so far. Despite the fact that I knit a very neon geo gradient, I'm not usually a neon person. But like you said, with shawls, I'm willing to do it because I'll slap on an entirely black or gray or whatever outfit, and then this will do all the color for me. So
Exactly.
it's fine.
Yeah, it's true.
Um,
You're knitting the small,
and
right?
then yes, I'm knitting the small. I was like, I'm gonna try and knit the small so that I maybe get it done. Who knows? But I'm trying. I knit the entirety of section 2 in one day. So I'm trying. I kind of slacked on getting to section 3. But I was also working on a whole different box of autumn, very non-traditional autumn colors that I'm dyeing. So that kind of stopped me in my tracks with knitting on the vertices. But now I've gotten back into it. I was originally going to use a much lighter pink for this section 3. And then last night I was like, no, hold on. I went and I frogged a cowl, a colorwork cowl that I was working on, and I wasn't happy with the first couple rows of floats. And I reclaimed this, and I was like, hold on. I've already got 2 pinks in this. I'm going to do 2 purples as well. But because it's a broken violet, I don't know if you can tell kind of with the light, it breaks into a slightly pinky color. So I was like, that's going to work nicely. And it actually does.
I like it. It's really, really nice. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
So
So
what other
pretty
colors
much
are you doing? What is the other sections? Do you have plans for the other sections in terms of colors already? Or are you just
so
going with it?
at the moment I'm kind of going with it, but I'm going to possibly stick within my theme that I've already used. So this is the green and gray. So I
Oh, I love
might use the green and gray with one of the purples potentially. This is the purple that I was using, so those could also potentially work together and be a
yeah,
nice contrast. Or see, this is the pink that I was using.
yeah,
Even the pink and the gray and pink and the green and pink could also even work together.
yeah.
So I'm kind of just winging it
Yeah.
at this
I'm
point.
I'm also exactly doing that. Like I don't have proper plans, to be honest. I am just going with the flow and as I'm feeling it currently. Oh, that is also a
Yeah,
pretty color. I love that color. You have to introduce that color.
this was actually the pink I was going to use instead of this. It's also from my Valentine's Day stuff. But I was like, okay, let's put another purple in for now. But I will possibly use it. I was thinking to potentially use this as the iCord bind off color. I feel
Okay.
like that could be really cool, like a light pink sort bind off. Because if I go according to the pattern, this would be what I bind off with.
That one and the pink together. Just put it together. Yeah, you see, I love that.
They would totally work.
I love those two colors together. But
Yeah.
anyway,
So,
you need to do what you need to do with what you love, what you like, and how you feel
and
like
then
when you get to this
obviously
picture.
this is the section. Oh, you look a bit scraggly, poor thing. This is what I used for section 2. So this could also come into play again at some point
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's
because
beautiful.
work to the pink and the purple.
Oh, that's also pretty.
Yeah. So the options are endless, even with just 5 colors,
Yeah.
honestly.
It's lovely to just have a palette to play with, you know?
Yeah. I think the criminal thing is that I have 6 totes worth of black cat yarn just laying there. And every
Yeah.
time I dye a color, I'm like, oh, this could work. I'm like, no, 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 No. Use your stash. Don't use the stock. Leave the stock alone.
Yes.
So
Oh, shame.
that's a whole other funny thing.
Beatrice says, I just come in house. We're building a dog house for my babies. I eat now avocado from our tree. Oh, wow. And drink coffee to knit on my socks. An avocado tree at your yard. Can you just imagine how awesome that is?
It is really great. In KZN, we used to stay in KZN before moving here. We had a grand total of 4 butter avocado trees in the garden. The only time it's awful is during spring, and the entire house is covered in a light dusting of yellow pollen.
Oh,
But as soon as the
wow.
avos start coming in, it's amazing. You
Yeah.
kind of get sick of avos at a point, but it's not.
That is amazing, Pietru. Hello, Tracy. Tracy also joined us. Laura, hello. She says, hello. I made a second small one last year and I skipped all the stripes. Yeah, I mean, you can do that. You don't have to do what Stephen is saying in the pattern. You can do whatever you want in the pattern. Getruida, ietsie klein says hello. I'm feeling a bit under the weather, but I'm here to see all the pretties. Hi, bestie Janine. Oh, Getruida, I hope you feel better soon. What is it? Everyone is getting sick, but I think it's the changing of the season. Definitely.
This weather changing.
It's, yeah, the weather is not great.
Terrible.
Horrible. Tracy, how is your vertices coming along?
It was going really well until I got into the end of section 2.
Oh no.
And then I struggled, but thanks to the help. And yeah, I've just started section 3. So this is also a little bit of a challenge, but I'm getting there.
You're getting there.
Yeah. Yeah. I think especially the first couple of rows where it was so
tiny,
like fiddly, with a couple of tiny, yes.
Yeah.
That's the word. And also I left my glasses at work, so I'm doing it without my glasses.
So you're like
yeah.
You basically like did higher grade challenge here for yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, but anyway, so far I don't think I've done any disasters. So
no, looks perfectly fine.
But those colors, Tracy, those colors are beautiful together.
Thank you. I'm not sure of the mustard because I don't really like mustard, but I was strongly advised to put mustard in. So yeah.
Right. I think
it looks beautiful. What is the colors that you're going with now?
It's cowgirl blues, merino linen. So there's a blue and the pink, which is these two. And then there's the gray and the mustard, and then this green, which is like a sagey kind of.
What is the mustard color? Is it the Karoo gold?
No, it's just mustard.
Okay. It doesn't look very mustardy.
No, it isn't mustardy. It isn't very mustardy. It's like a faded mustard. Otherwise, I would never have put it in. I don't like mustard at all.
But you're pairing it with a green there, which looks beautiful.
Yes. Yeah.
I think you made a correct choice there to do it. Go for it.
Well, I hope so. Yeah. As I said, I have to trust the process.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, are you making shawls for yourselves?
I am currently, yes.
I don't really wear shawls. I just love it so much. And you know, in Durban, it doesn't often get that cold.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll see, but I might give it away. I'll see once it's gone. Yeah.
Okay. So how is it? Is it not even like a little bit chilly at night?
At night it is. Yeah, I could wear it at night. Yeah. And I mean, there are days when I could wear it. It's not that I would never wear it, but I just don't tend to wear shawls.
Oh,
Yeah. So anyway, I'm also currently knitting a botanic shawl. So I'll have two.
a
Oh,
metallic
shawls
shawl.
galore, I will say.
Interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, let me show you my shawl. So I'm knitting the small version, and I'm using the Advent set of Esther Yarn Creations, and no surprise there. It's again on the merino single ply, merino linen single ply base. You can see what I love, right?
I've seen, man.
I love that. I love that base of yarn. So I'm doing the small. So I started with day 1 and day 2 of the Advent, which is like a yellow and like a red. And then I ran out and I just wing it. I'm almost at the end of section 1. And I introduced day 3 and 4 in here. In retrospect, if I have to be finicky, which I'm not going to pull it out, it's not going to happen.
No.
I would have maybe done like a undyed yarn and then use the stripes up until a point so that I can introduce maybe the yellow. But I am winging it. This is a scrappy, almost like type of shawl. So, you know, it's the same that happened with this shawl where the section 1 was also the yarn ran out and I had to do other sections. So I think in the bigger scheme of things, it's not going to irritate or frustrate. Irritate is not even the word. It's not going to it's not going to matter to me. So this is like it's these colors. It's like a pink. It looks very gray on here, but this is almost like a brown, a soft browny color actually, which works very well with the pink. In fact, it's this very soft, like dusty pink, I would say. And so yes, so this is where I'm at. I've got how many stitches left? And so I'm done. 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Basically, I'm basically there. I'm almost there. With section 1. So yes, then I'm going to start section 2, and yeah, I really love this pattern. I really love this pattern.
It is quite fun. At this point, my mom's also staring at mine and she's like, maybe I should knit one of those. I was like, yeah, maybe you should. Yeah. Trying to drag her in as well.
Yeah. It's such a versatile pattern where you can use your scraps,
exactly.
You know.
Or single skein laying around.
Exactly. Play with colors, and you don't have to do the stripes. You can do just color blocking sections. Total just
absolutely wing it.
Wing it. Yeah, there's so many ways that you can really do it. And I mean, even if you want to, you can still use the same pattern and the same stitch count and maybe do patterning, like the Textured Unite that Stephen has on his Ravelry pattern list as well. So you can really be creative.
Endless options, I feel like.
Sure, definitely. Stephanie Turner. Hi, Stephanie. She says, I love the 3 I have already made. I'm working on the 4th. You see, there's people that has already done like so many of these patterns because it's such a well-loved pattern. It's such a great pattern. I wear mine in the mornings while walking the dogs. The large size is so big I tie it, securing coverage for my neck, my ears, and shoulders. Yeah.
So
I love a big shawl. And that's why I love the shawl as well.
Yes. That's proper, like, surrounding you.
Yes, I love that shape. I love that shawl because it really covers me from top to bottom. I would say. I'm actually very interested to see how the smaller version, I actually want to take a photo with a large version and then a smaller version on top of that and see what is the difference. So because both are the same base of yarn, it's going to be interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely
Yeah.
going to do that and see what is the difference. That I'm
Like
going to
lay
do.
it on the large before blocking, block it, and then put it on the large again and see what happens.
Yeah, because I must actually quickly have a look. I made an Excel spreadsheet. Let me just quickly go look in my documents because I wait, hold on. Let me just look for it quick. Where's yeah. Hello, I don't want you. I want you. Yeah, I made a Vertices Unite yarn usage folder document. Let me quickly share it with you. Not on screen, but I mean, okay, so for the large, this was using the yarn that I'm currently using. So merino linen single ply fingering weight yarn with the same needle size 3.5. For section 1, I used 118 grams of yarn for the large. Section
That's a
2,
lot.
that's a lot. That's more than a skein. For section 2, I used 40 grams. Section 3 was 62 grams. Section 4 was 19 grams.
That's tiny.
Section 5 was 35 grams of yarn. Then for the section 6 was 40 grams. And then the border used 21 grams for a total, and then it gives you a total of 335 grams of yarn.
Which in the grander scheme of things, if you think about it, it's not that bad for such a big shawl.
No, it's not. It's not. Then, okay, I see. I actually, before blocking, I measured my wingspan. It was 208 centimeters. I wonder if I did not put it in my Ravelry. Hold on. I just want to quickly check my Ravelry because I think so it means my own Excel spreadsheet is not updated. Great. Let me just quickly see if I put the final one on my Ravelry. Oh, I made a note. So this is interesting. I made a note on my Ravelry page for my shawl, and I said I used the 3.75 millimeter needle for the I-cord border as Sylvia's tip. Sylvia is also participating. So she gave that tip and she said, use a bigger needle for your I-cord. So I must just remember that tip. But I don't see that I have. Okay, so I need to actually, I will definitely then, I will definitely measure this shawl because it has been blocked. And then I'll update this one. And I made a space for small as well. So then I can compare it and then I can post it as well for everyone. But that's good news because then it means if the large is using 21 grams for the I-cord border, it's actually weird to think that that is the case.
I mean, it's quite a large circumference to go around.
Yeah. Interesting.
But that gives me hope for that pink that I showed you because it's a half skein, so it means I could potentially use it as binder.
Yeah. So yeah, that was my yarn usage. And my size before blocking was 208 centimeters on the wingspan. I will update, and then maybe in next week's live I can update you on the numbers.
Yes.
And give you more information. That would be, but now please remind us. I must remember. I must use a bigger size needle for the I-cord bind off.
Yeah, I think we all have to remember that one. But sometimes you start and then and then you change the needles and then carry on with your life. It happened to me with previous bind-offs.
So let us remind everyone on the group. Please remind us, please, please, please. If we're coming nearer to the I-cord bind-off, we need to react that reminder. Michelle says, remember to like this video. Oh, thanks, Michelle. Yeah, it would be wonderful if you can give the video a like. And Getrida says, maths make my heart sing. But it's clear from the stats, right, that I kept for the large. 118 grams of yarn.
I mean,
all the other sections. The biggest section thereafter is section 3. And then it is section 2 and section 6. Used 40 grams of yarn. Then it is section 5 with 35, and then it is section 4 with 19. So yeah, once you passed section 1, it should go quicker and quicker and quicker.
I mean, the amount of yarn used corresponds very clearly in the size of your section 1. So, I mean, that's why I said it's a whole journey to get to the end.
But you know what? I was so excited when I got to, because you increase up until a certain stitch amount, right? And I forgot that there's decreases thereafter. So I was so excited. I'm like, oh, I'm going to increase and then I'm going to be done with section 1. And I read the pattern. I'm like, oh no.
Oh
I'm
no.
not done with section 1. I now need to decrease. I was so unhappy.
Oh, no.
I forgot the pattern. So yeah, it was I was so ready for starting the next section with, you know, new colors, whatever. And then I was like, oh no. I need to
be
now.
fair, when I got to the decrease section and the stitches just kept dropping, I was like, thank goodness, because it started feeling like the rows were so long.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like this is going to happen with section 3 too, but oh well.
Yeah, well, section 3 is the second best, second biggest section. So, but not as bad. It's basically half of section 1, so it's gonna go quick.
Makes life a little less daunting. It's fine.
Yeah. So what I did was I'm weighing my yarn yet again, the same way that I did last year, because I will do a comparison when it's done so that it's available. I will also post both those sizes and the measurements on both Ravelry pages, so that if somebody wants to go have a look and maybe you want to plan your yarn and your sections and you want to maybe make sure that you have enough yarn, then you would know how much yarn you need to for your scraps, if you want to look for your scraps or whatever the case might be.
Yeah, I was just gonna think, like, for a scrappier shawl, that would be very handy. You just weigh into a pile for section 1 and run with it.
Exactly. So I think it might be really, really, really helpful. Stephanie says it's very helpful, Jalene. Jalene weighted her yarn for each section, especially if you're using scraps or minis. Thank you. Yeah, it's my pleasure. Yeah, so I will definitely make that available. Obviously, it's now for merino linen fingering weight yarn. But I mean, they should be more or less almost the same. If you're using fingering weight yarn, I would assume that there would be like a leeway, obviously, but I'm sure it will assist when you're making decisions in the future for another shawl, if you're going to make another shawl. Yeah. So is there anyone that's watching maybe that is making the baby blanket? I think there's somebody making. Sylvia, I think, is making the baby blanket. But Sylvia
did make the baby blanket and already done.
What?
Yes, I think there was someone that had already finished a baby blanket.
Really?
I could have sworn. I would have to double check, but I swear there is already someone that finished a baby blanket.
I know there's someone who finished the shawl.
Was it the shawl? Was it the blanket?
I think it's Ingrid on the group, but wow.
Yes, possibly.
Wow. Okay.
That is speedy. It was in a bunch of different blues.
Yeah, I think it was Ingrid finished. But yeah, I hope next week we're gonna have the live at 10 o'clock in the morning, South African time, and then I hope that Sylvia will be here so that we can see the update on the baby blankets. She's from Australia, so she's already probably sleeping. And yeah, and I'm wondering if there's anybody that is attempting to make the vertices, the texture tonight. I must actually do a poll on the group.
Yes. I was looking at it and I was tempted, but then I was like, I also like just mindlessly knitting garter, so
Yes. Yeah, that's me also. Like I have currently 1, 2, 3 projects on the go currently, which I love all 3 of them. And I don't want to have difficult projects currently. I need relaxed knitting, to be honest.
and with that, I feel like the vertices, as much as it does have its little, like the joining as you go and stuff, it's also the rest is just mindless garter and changing colors. So
Yeah,
it serves that little bit of like working your brain, but it's not exhausting.
exactly. I agree with you fully, because it's a good mix. There's a challenge.
Yes.
It's not overexerting and over empowering.
Simple
You can
clarity.
still, yes, have your
Yeah.
mind. I agree. I agree. Rosemary says, I remember Sylvia finished a ripple baby blanket. Yeah, I know. But Sylvia is like so quick with all her projects. Michelle says, my section 1 of the large one is, I still need to increase 20 stitches. The yarn the day is from Quinty Mill. Oh wow, that's gonna be beautiful, Michelle. So you're using alpaca yarn. That is so cool. That is so cool. I want to start knitting because it feels like I'm missing out. And then I can maybe finish my section 1 while I'm with you. How cool will that be? That would be
You're
super
so
cool.
close. It's so close.
So close. So close. Wait.
I mean, it's grown a little bit,
Oh,
starting
wow.
to fill up the gap a bit.
It's beautiful.
But yeah, beyond the vertices, I'm also busy with my second sweater of the year.
Oh, wow.
Wait, I don't think I've ever shown you my anchor done. Let me grab that.
Yeah. Show us. Are you having any more projects, Tracy?
Well, I've got quite a few on the go, but I'm doing a botanic shawl, and then I've also busy swatching for a nebula sweater.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but that's I started the swatch and then I've left it while I've been doing this. So
Wow.
yeah, this is sort of taken
Slightly
over. But
different.
I've got a couple of what's are those things called, socks, as well on the go.
Oh, wow. Good. That's good. All right, Janine, show us. Oh, wow.
So here's the anchor. The hand spun at the top is by Said Bestie. It's the Klang that's in the chat. Her
Aw.
hard work that's been turned into a sweater. And I combined it with just undyed, and then the cuffs and the ribbing are all also in the hand spun.
Oh,
It's an extremely heavy, warm sweater.
Oh, really? So it's going to serve you well midwinter.
Yeah, I've already worn it a couple times because we've had some truly rude autumn days already. So
Like, what's up with
I'm
that?
very used to it. Pardon, Jalene?
I'm like, what's up with that? Because we also had like the strangest weather.
The rain.
It's the first time since I've
Freezing.
been in Bloemfontein where we are not able to get our washing dry.
Oh yeah, no, that
I'm
getting
like,
yarn dry.
the fact that I moved to Bloem, what is happening? Because that's what I used to struggle with in Cape Town. Now I'm like waiting 3 days for the clothing to dry. I mean, like, what? My husband is like, you need to buy a dryer. I'm like, no.
Yeah, no. This is not supposed to be a thing, but here we are.
Yes. It's
Because
crazy.
I'm so used to the rain quits, like even maybe end of March sometimes. It's like, okay, see you next year. And then it's just dry and crispy and cold. Now it is soggy and cold.
It's weird.
Yeah. We've also had a lot of rain almost every single week there's like a day with torrential rain.
Wow.
Not
I mean,
just, we don't rain in winter, and if we do, it's normally like, well, not winter, even autumn. It's either like a late afternoon quick thunderstorm or something like that, or it's just drizzles here and there, but not like we've been having.
I mean,
No,
don't
I've
get
been
me wrong.
seeing
I'm so
wild.
grateful for the rain. We really need the rain, right? But we had like a lot of rain, and I'm very grateful. But it's just weird because it's like you say, Tracy, with us as well. Normally we would have thunderstorms in the afternoon, and
Yeah.
then like end of summertime, thunderstorms in the evening, afternoon, late afternoon, good wash down, rain coming down, and then it will clear up, and then it's dry again. Not
It's
this
like a
time around.
45-minute span.
Yes.
One and done.
Now it's been
No,
like Cape Town
hours.
rain. Rain poured down like soft the whole time. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's really weird weather.
And like even early this morning, at some point I woke up. It was not supposed to be raining, was raining. And then it continued raining until about 12. I think we've only had sun for a little while now. And this morning I woke up. We live right across from a school and we have a hockey field right across from the house, which I would never do again. I do not enjoy it. It's quite loud. But the kids were playing hockey in the rain because it would just not stop.
Wow.
So they were playing hockey in the rain.
Wow. Yeah. No,
I don't know about your schools. Schools in Durban, they keep them playing. It can be like a massive flood where the hockey field is being washed away, but you'll still see them playing hockey, soccer, rugby, whatever.
That's pretty much what happened this morning. They just kind of went on. I noticed that if it was drizzling, they'd play hard. And then when the rain started coming down a bit more, they'd calm down a bit and the teachers would have them stop and stand to the side a bit. And then they would just keep going again. I'm like, you guys are all going to have a cold on Monday, but I'm glad you won.
Oh, joy.
So the other thing, oh, it's so dark, you can barely see it. This is the other thing I'm working on.
What is that?
It's a Stamford sweater. So currently it still looks very strange because I'm going to be adding a placket and it'll have buttons and a collar, but it's knit in such a dark purple that it kind of just disappears into me.
Wow.
I've joined
to knit that at night.
No, actually not, because I don't know. There you can kind of see it.
Oh, wow.
Lighter.
Yes, I can see. It's beautiful.
It's a bit lighter than what it looks on the camera. It's not quite as bad as black, but you definitely need a bit of light. But I feel like it could be worse. But I'm really enjoying it, and I've taken a break from doing this. So basically what I've been doing is every time I finish a section of the vertices, before I start the next section the next day, because I'm usually too tired to fuss with the technical stuff, I'll knit a couple of rounds on the body of this, and then the next day I'll start the next section of the vertices.
Oh, nice.
It works.
Let me see, there's a couple of comments. Maggie says, ek wil net die moue klaar maak, dan is die trui klaar voor die 2de van die maand. She just wants to get the
sleeves
done. It took me a while now to get the English word. The sleeves done on her sweater before the 20th of this month, it would seem. Michelle says, yes, it's a mix of baby alpaca, bamboo, and superfine merino. Oh, Michelle, that's going to be amazing and so soft. Stephanie says, the sweater is beautiful, Janine. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Petri also says, wow, a nice sweater, love it. Janine, your sweater is gorgeous, says Lishan. Lishan says,
thank you so much.
Today's perfect knitting weather in Somerset West. Oh, wonderful. I saw that they've been getting a lot of rain in Cape Town.
Yeah.
Hi, Manuela. She says, hi, everyone. I hope you're doing well, Manuela. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, we're having such a great time if all goes well, I think I might get section 1 done while I am on this live still. Let's see.
You can
I
do
don't know. It might just happen.
maybe.
Yeah, so I've been working this whole week on my vertices, but there was really limited time to knit. I didn't have a lot of time to knit this week. And then this morning I spent time on my sweater, and which I also love. So yeah, but I want to get more going on the vertices and get it sorted. And then I'm finishing off my 2 crochet project that was from the Anything Goes crochet along. And it's just basically like fastening my fox to my denim jacket and my Tree of Life mandala onto the hoop, which is not the easiest thing to do.
No.
It's a bit of a challenge, let me tell you. I'm struggling. I've been trying to figure it out for the last 2 hours, and I've done multiple things, but I think I've got an idea now how to do it, but it's going to be, it's a challenge.
Yeah, no, I think it is going to be quite a lengthy one. We'll get there.
Yeah, it's going to be, I will tell you, I will show you if it's done, when it's done. Hopefully it will involve cable ties.
I mean, gotta do what you gotta do, hey?
You know, I have to be creative to get this thing on the hoop.
I mean, if we're going to go Afrikaans, a boere vrou maak 'n plan, okay?
Yes.
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. A boere meisie makes a plan. A boere girl makes a plan. That's how it is. So this boere meisie will make a plan to get
absolutely
the Tree of Life on the hoop. Even if it is on cable ties.
Exactly. Once it's on there, how it got there is no one's business.
No.
Exactly. You know, my one uncle, he can do anything and everything with cable ties. Like if there's something broken, somehow, by hook or by crook, he will fix things with cable ties. We actually call him MacGyver because he always has those crazy ideas. So maybe I'm just drawing from his, you know, inspiration to use cable ties on a crochet project. Can you imagine?
Because my dad's an engineer. I think a tie, tape, insulation tape, or super glue can't fix, apparently. Or DW40, Q20, who knows? Just depends.
That is so true. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think I need to take photos of the process because I think it's going to be interesting.
Absolutely.
Oh, joy.
But I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So
exactly. Exactly. Did I not? I almost thought I forgot to decrease, but I didn't. Whew. It's amazing when the rows go shorter. Hey?
it can happen so quickly that you just keep knitting, you put the yarn forward and you slip and you turn and you're like, hold on. Did I even do the thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It happened to me.
I caught myself so many times and then I think back and I'm like, no, let's fix this quickly.
Joy. Or you, instead of slipping the last stitch, you actually knit it.
So many times.
Yes.
So many times.
Or I forget to do the increase stitch.
Oh, really?
In front of the other side. Or I don't know whether I've done it. Not necessarily that I forget. I don't know whether I've done it. And then I've got to go back and...
Yep, it happens.
Oh,
and I was stubborn.
Or when you go in section 1 and you now done with your increases, now you're starting with the decreases, then you have to be like reprogram yourself. So I then did the increasing the whole time, And then I'm like, no, you need to stop with the increasing. We need to, but it's like this. Oh, it's so frustrating.
And I was really stubborn. I refused to mark anything down. I just told myself I'm going to keep doing this until I get to what I think it was 60 stitches before you start decreasing. And then I'll look at the pattern again, and then I'll do the decreases until I get to X again. And it worked. But then also, like, you go into such a force of habit that the knitting the last stitch, not bringing the yarn to the right side, or just
Yeah.
someone not reading the increase or decrease, you know, who knows?
It's a lot of fun.
But I won't.
Who says that garden stitch is boring? I mean, all of these mistakes did not make it boring.
Exactly. That's how you make it eventful for yourself. You make mistakes.
Exactly.
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 Or mine is trying to get 117 stitches that you're picking up for section 2. That was another disaster.
And then for me, it was possibly the quickest I've ever picked up stitches. I got to the end, I got to the tail, and I was like, how am I already done? But I think I just went on autopilot and did it.
Well, I started doing it on the wrong side.
That
happens. I eventually got it right, and then I went and looked again, and it says something about on the right side, and I realized, oh no, I'm not. I've done it on the side where I hadn't decreased. So that long left, so I had to undo it and do it again.
Oh no.
It happens.
Yeah, the joys. The joys.
Thankfully, yarn is infinitely reusable, and we just pull it out and start again.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like my friend said, then you have more time to have fun.
Exactly.
Beatrice says, I think it's going to rain this afternoon in Krugersdorp. Oh, lovely. And Lishan says, my husband is a firm believer that anything can be fixed with cable ties. You see, even crochet. So, but I'll keep you posted because
we have to see this adventure.
I'm gonna do it. I just need to quickly go by. Did it decrease? Hold on. Did I decrease? Yes, I did. I need to just buy cable ties because if I now need to go search in the garage for cable ties, it's
no.
That's not gonna work. So I'm just gonna quickly buy cable ties, and then I'm gonna start with my project and try to finish
basically it. In our household, for my mother and I, the 3-car garage might as well not exist, because that is my dad's domain. Because every time we go in there to look for something, it will never be on the same place twice, and good luck. So if you want something and you can't find it, or you don't want to go in there, you tell him to go find it. It's not part of the house.
Oh, yeah. No, it's interesting. Okay, I think I'm almost done. I need to now see what I need to do. Hold on. I need to do something. I know I need to look at my pattern. I've got 4 stitches left. Hold on. Where's my pattern? Here, my stitches. Okay, 4 stitches left. Okie dokie. Using A. I don't even know what is A.
One of them.
Yeah, it's probably the next one, right? It's the next color.
Probably.
Knit 3. Yes. Okay, and then yes. Yes. Okay, that's not difficult, peoples.
No, it's quick.
Yeah, last two rows. Okay. There we go. It's now, I am, wait. Yes, I have a crochet hook. You know, crochet hook can be so helpful.
There are always crochet hooks in pretty much every project bag. It's not much
so,
that complex.
it's very important. There we go. I'm done with section 1.
Awesome.
There we go.
There we go.
Giving me Harry Potter vibes.
It kind of does, yes.
Yay! I'm done with section
Awesome.
1. Weigh the yarn and give you stats. I can give you stats. Petra says, I realized today I need to clean the garage as the previous gardener just chuck everything in the garage. Oh my word.
That is
horrible.
Oh,
What's for supper tonight, girls? I don't even know. We had spaghetti bolognese. My husband makes the best spaghetti bolognese. So I think we're gonna have something light. Something light.
Suspect here it will be steak and the sides are still undecided.
Okay, cool. Are you also a steak girl?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, me too. I love a good steak.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I converted my Dutch husband into being a steak person as well. It's his favorite thing when he's in South Africa.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
Tracy doesn't know what she's gonna have. She's like, she's thinking, I can see.
We actually bought that special, the burger special from Campay yesterday, but then we didn't land up eating it last night. So I should have that, but I'm not really like.
You're not feeling that.
No, so I'm not entirely sure yet.
I used to be the child in the house where my mom would be so mad at me because I love food. I really love food. And I know that like tomorrow for lunch she will have curry and rice. And then I would say, okay, Mama, but what do we have like the day thereafter? What is on the menu? And she's like, fish fingers and mash. And then I'm like, okay, and then the day after that, and then she would say like, I don't know, cottage pie or something like that.
Yeah.
And then that is like my goals. Like I would live. This is like goals from like, oh, I can't wait to get home from school because today is curry and rice. And oh my word, tomorrow it's gonna be fish fingers and mash. Like those are like the goals that I'm working towards.
I mean,
and my mom would be so irritated because I can now understand why my mom was like that. But for me, it was like wonderful because it gave me something to look forward to. And and some people is like, your poor mom, you're like putting her under stress. But it was like just because she makes great food and it was like the highlight of the day of knowing that there's going to be curry and rice or whatever she made. So, yeah.
Well, I had a boyfriend who they ate exactly the same thing every week. So Monday was mince, and then Tuesday was something else, and Wednesday was, and every week, every day of the week, they ate the same thing. Every Monday was the same thing. Every Tuesday, yeah.
I would go mad.
So you never had to ask, you knew.
It's beautiful, Janine. It's beautiful. You really progressed with that purple.
Yeah, I've gotten quite a bit more done.
Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it.
I mean, last night I made Portuguese garlic and lemon chicken that I fried, and I made chips and salad and stuff. I'm usually the one that cooks in the house. Everyone loves cooking, but I've somehow ended up being the one that cooks. But pretty much every single day is something different. And I always try and make sure that I never eat the same protein twice in a row. So you never know what you're going to get.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I used to make food, but my husband makes food more often now. And oh my word, I love his food. He's great with food. So, like I said, he made spaghetti bolognese and he makes it so well. It's one of my favorite things. So we had great lunch, which was wonderful. Yeah, Stephanie says it looks like Harry Potter. Well done, Jalene, says Pietru. Thank you. Let me quickly show you. Oh, there goes my needles. There we go. There we go. Drop to the floor. So the rest of the colors that I have to get, that I can work with. This is the big skein that I got on the day 25, the last day of the Advent. So I'm thinking that's going to be probably the border. And then I still have these skeins left. So yeah, I'll see how I'm going to play with them together with the leftovers from this. Where's the other ball? From this as well. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's interesting. I think I do like a purple and a green together.
Same.
Yeah.
And then maybe a blue. Maybe a blue and a pink.
Yeah, that could be nice. It'd be a good
solid
contrast.
This one is also nice. The lighter blue.
Yeah, the more like aqua-y one.
This one is like a multicolored speckled yarn, which I don't know where I'm going to put it in. But anyway, we're going to play. It's all about having fun and just go with it, like I said. So we'll see next week how we are progressing. I think there's going to be people that's going to be done because
possibly
especially some of the people are knitting small versions. So I remember last year the small version people were like poof puff done.
Way ahead.
Yeah. And I was like, what? I'm still on section 1 of the large.
Never ending.
Never ending. Section 1 is just going and going and going. Yeah, so it's interesting. Anyway, we are already an hour into the live. Can you imagine that? It's amazing how time goes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So let's start to say goodbye. We'll start with Janine.
Okay. Well, hopefully by the time I talk to you guys again, this section is done. That'd be great. I'm very close to being at the edge of done with this bit on section 2. So that's cool. And then hopefully I've gotten to the other side of section 3 by the time I talk to you guys again.
Oh, wow. I really love your section 2 colors.
When I looked at it after I had knit a couple rows, I'm like, it literally just looks like watermelon to me.
It's so pretty.
And I think because the green and the grey travel, it's just quite fun.
I really, really love that color. I love it. I really love it.
Coincidentally, this green and grey is called Goblin, which is kind of funny. So.
Oh, thanks for joining us today, Janine.
Of course, it was so fun having a chat with you all, and I'll see you guys again next time.
Yeah, 10 o'clock next week, Saturday.
Okay, awesome.
Cool. Tracy?
Great. I haven't gotten very much further, but yeah, it's getting there, and I'm getting into a bit of a groove now with section 3. Yeah.
Cool.
But I enjoyed it. Lovely chatting to you guys again.
Yeah, just lovely having you, Tracy. I know that next time we're going to be much further.
Hopefully onto section 4 at least.
Yes, for sure. Definitely. Oh, but next week it's next week is Easter.
I keep forgetting there are holidays coming.
Yes,
To be fair.
Yeah. Well, is there anybody having problems with 10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday morning?
No.
There's no church because the church will be on Friday and then on Sunday again. So
yeah,
it should be fine.
Should be.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Then we'll see each other on Saturday, 10 o'clock. Thank you to everyone that joined us on YouTube on the live chat. And then we'll have the next live chat again next week, Saturday, on the 19th of April, 10 o'clock South African time in the morning. And we can't wait to then show you the progress of our shawls. I'm very excited. And baby blankets. I hope that we're going to see Sylvia's baby blanket. Yeah. All right. Hopefully. Have a super weekend, everyone. Stay warm and happy knitting and crocheting. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.